I don't think so.
Yep, I think we're live. I'm gonna press record.
And welcome to the show. This is Pop Topics, a show with all the media news you need and none of the opinions you want. I am one of your hosts, Matt Boyd, at Matt Neil Boyd, Neil with an A on Twitter, and with me, as always, is Casey Shaheen.
Flying in from out of frame, Casey Shaheen at Gym Class Try Hard across all social media. Welcome to Pop Topics.
Here we are. New set, new table,
Boom.
Same set, same fireplace,
Still wearing my carpenter jeans.
lattice work in the background.
Feeling good. Does it look good? Tell me if
There's
it
a
looks
shelf over there.
good. Yeah, we're building a bar right there. We're building this right here. The studio is coming together here at the Phunky Bunker. One person we are missing
We're
is...
legit as fuck.
We are getting there, and I don't want to brag, but I've been staining, working with my bare hands like the carpenter, our Lord Jesus Christ. Pray tell.
Pray tell.
Eat, pray tell.
This is the show. All the media news you need, none of the opinions you want. There's a few different ways that you can watch and listen to this show. Hopefully, you're watching live on YouTube Live right now. If you're not, you can go to the YouTube page, find the link on our Facebook page. Shut the fuck up, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
You can find a link on our Facebook page, facebook.com/5051radio, spelled out 5051 radio. Find a link to the YouTube page, click like and subscribe to that YouTube page so that we can get 100 subscribers. Once we do that, we can get a custom URL. You can also listen on iTunes. Go to iTunes, search Pop Topics. We have episodes of this show as well as episodes of conversations that I have with different people. Last night, you and I recorded an episode of a conversation with Casey Shaheen. Last week, I did one with former guest of the show, Chance Willie. Next week, I'll be doing another one.
Why don't we call it WTH? No, what the hell? Not WTF. But it's with. It's like Tinder. Or
What the
Grindr,
heck?
Without like a tech sort of. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, with. Yeah, I see what you're
Like
saying.
WTH?
WTH, yeah.
It's not a good idea. That one's
It's not the worst idea you've
That's
ever
gonna
had.
end up on a cutting room floor. But I'm one of those things that you're like, I'm okay with that.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to seem despondent.
You're not aloof.
But I am. I'm trying to post this to shit. This is my 100th post.
Whoa.
Is sharing this video. Casey, how was your week?
My week was really good. I spent most of my
Also,
time.
SoundCloud.com/5051 radio.
My week was good, man. I spent most of my week here at the Phunky Bunker. I was staining and building this monolith right here. I'm just enjoying it. Came here early today, started staining some stuff. We got this desk cut, so if you're watching this on YouTube, it's the
No
first time
stain,
we
no
have a desk.
gain.
No stain,
That's what I say.
no gain. Building that bar, we built that yesterday, and we're making some moves, man.
It's starting to look real.
It's going to be awesome.
It's starting to look like we care about this shit.
We
You
are
feel me?
starting to, and the offer goes out if anyone wants to do a show like we're doing, not Pop Topics, but do a show. If you want to be a guest in the show, ask us and we'll tell you no. But if you want to do a show, you can just give me a jingle at Gym Class Try Hard, and we can get you in the studio and we can get your dreams off the ground. Move that bus.
Yeah, anyone at all. If you want to do a, say that. Did you say an email? Did you say what did you say?
At Gym Class Try Hard. Just hit me up
On
DM
Twitter?
me, on Twitter or Instagram, whatever you want
Can
to
I
do.
put this up? Would you be okay with that?
I'm fine with
Would
that.
that hurt your
I just
feelings?
don't like that it falls.
Oh, it won't fall.
Okay,
You just need to trust it.
fair enough. But yeah, that was my week, man.
Just working on all this.
Yeah, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding that.
We have a table.
Yeah, this is cool, right?
Yeah, we're like white chocolate Jesus and Miro.
I love that.
Do you feel me?
I feel like Jesus in Miro because Jesus was a carpenter,
It's a good point.
and you're Miro because you're all bones.
And you're
Miro.
Middle Eastern.
And I'm Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Is he Middle Eastern?
Jesus?
Oh no, no.
Jesus Christ.
I thought you were talking about Jesus.
No, Jesus
He's
is
a
Dominican.
Dominican.
No, Jesus is black. Miro
Miro.
is Dominican.
You're the Miro.
Thank you. I'm the hero. You're the Miro. I'm a hero. You're a zero.
Hero's also Middle Eastern. Gyro.
Oh, they are gyros.
Dude, that's got to be a good point. That's got to be good for points in like Words with Friends or Scrabble. For all you OGs, Scrabble, you want to get that out of here?
I'm trying to get out of frame.
You could
It
just
wasn't frame.
you could have just tightened the shot, really. So yeah, Phil's on his way here. He had some interviews that he had to take care of with his day job, and but he'll be here eventually. So, but we're just doing the show right now, Matt.
Yeah,
How was
for
your
real.
week? Tell me about your week. You said something happened at work recently. It was a crazy story that you didn't tell me last night.
I don't think I can tell you on air.
Okay.
It's business related. It was a pretty good week. I had a pretty good week. I did a lot of video games.
You are addicted to a new video game, Matt.
Yeah, it really sucks. I over the last couple of weeks I've been trying to like not drink like at all. It started with trying not to drink at comedy shows, and then that slowly devolved. Well, the fact that I'm doing comedy shows like every day of the week, that just means I stopped drinking inadvertently. And I realize that whenever I get sober, I play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
And I've been playing Destiny 2 over the last 5 days, full-blown addicted to Destiny 2. It's a problem. This is the first time I ever felt like it was a problem, because when I played this amount of video games in the past, I was like fucking 14 years old, you know? So it's like not a problem. That's what 14-year-olds do.
Right.
I was in college. It's like, yeah, that's what you do. You play video games and you eat ass. That's the college experience.
Man, I didn't
in
eat
a
ass in
nutshell.
college. It took me till after I graduated to understand it. It's like
Some of us are late bloomers. It's okay.
like oysters or caviar. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah,
I wrote it. Can I run a joke by you?
sure.
I said that it was one that I just wrote down in my book. It's that they say your taste buds change every 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So here's to me trying to eat ass in 7 years.
You've never eaten
No,
ass?
I've eaten ass.
Oh, okay,
no, but
gotcha.
it's like a joke with like
Yeah.
the bit, like the punchline is not for me.
Yeah.
But no, I don't mind it. I don't love it because it's a little bit sour.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it is an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Video games, though.
Video games. If people have listened
It's
to
a
the show
problem
before,
because I'm just like I don't have a good excuse to be playing a lot of video games. I had pretty good excuses before. I was a piece of shit and I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm doing that and like trying to find windows of opportunity to play video games in my day. Like, I can go home right now. If I go home right now, I can play like 2 hours, and then I can get off and then go do a show, and then after the show, I can come back home. And it's like, did you plan on talking to anybody in that time period, Matt Boyd?
Nope.
Not a goddamn chance I'm talking to
you
anybody.
don't really care though
No.
about talking to people.
No.
It's not your MO.
But see, I think that is a like sober video game Matt thing, because when I was drinking, it was like they gave me a good reason to be there. I'm already there. I'm drunk. I'll talk to you, you know. But now it's like now that I'm just slowly starting to realize that maybe sober Matt is piece of shit Matt. For a while, I thought it might be smoking and drinking Matt that was piece of shit Matt. That's actually a pretty cool guy.
Who is Moscato Matt?
Moscato Matt is fucking everyone's wet dream. Like, everyone wishes they were Moscato Matt.
You are a charming motherfucker.
Yeah.
On Moscato. Moscato Matt's a nice guy.
Yeah, Moscato Matt was a really
He's
really
gentle.
nice guy.
He's thoughtful.
I don't know if I've drank Moscato since the night that we found Moscato Matt. I don't know if I have.
I think we've tried to conjure him, but I don't think the alchemy of the day was correct.
Yeah. Well, and it's also specifically Moscato. Like, we're not talking, and not any white wine, not beer.
Right.
It's got to be Moscato.
It's got to be Moscato.
Moscato
it's not
Matt
going to be like
is
a dry Chardonnay or a blush, a
No.
Zin, if you will.
Because that's the thing. The biggest thing with me is that alcohol is disgusting. Every single alcohol is fucking gross. I don't care what anyone says. Vodka's the best because it's the closest to water. Vodka tastes the closest to water of any alcohol. Maybe Zima. I guess now we have to throw Zima in there.
We ever had to throw Zima in there? I don't even think we even had to remember Zima. It was. I got a whole feeling about Zima, but go ahead.
But the thing is that like part of Matt being drunk is the fact that like I have to factor in that I've drank like 7 drinks of something that I think is disgusting. And so that certainly factors into the personality of drunk Matt, is that like I literally have a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm a little punchy. I get a little angry. Moscato Matt has been sipping alcoholic grape juice for an hour and just drinking for an hour straight. So he's happy. Moscato Matt's happy because he doesn't have a bad taste in his mouth. Do you feel me?
I feel you.
And that's just a better person. I'm just in a better mood. I don't know how people like, especially people that are like tequila people, they get like happy when they're drinking tequila. Go fuck yourself.
Well, no, I do understand the tequila thing. I noticed vodka soda me is vodka soda me will instantly. Okay, so about 2 vodka sodas in, I'll start talking about Steve Bannon, and I won't stop. I'm gonna make crazy connections via words and via social interactions. That's really gonna it's gonna prove to someone that I might think I know something. But that guy hates himself in the morning because he realized that he blew his entire like sentimental load on the merits of Steve Bannon's not that bad of a guy. Like I got that drunk.
Yeah.
You know, I told you last week I hadn't been drinking because I was on antibiotics for a kidney thing, and so it was after that first. I had to go on a second regimen of antibiotics, but the first one, at the very end of it, I went and had 3 drinks, and I was tanked, and I was just. But I woke up the next day and I didn't feel good because I had just wasted all of my like brain function on a conversation that was going to get thrown away. But I noticed that throughout the week, if I'm not drinking and I'm just applying myself and doing things, I actually feel better about like burning it. So I feel like vodka sodas make me burn things. Red wine, on the other hand, makes me feel like I'm wearing a smoker's jacket, and I'm using my robe as like just being a matador, but also just like feeling, I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I like your Moscato Matt. Can we do an episode where we try to conjure Moscato Matt?
Moscato Matt might fuck around and get gay too. That was the big thing about Moscato Matt was that he was very.
He'll gab like a guy. He'll talk with his wrist.
Very gabby, very touchy feely. It's a good guy. I think I should become a alcoholic. I've talked about that on the show before.
With
Becoming
Brandon Riddell.
Yeah, becoming an alcoholic. It honestly sounds kind of fun. Can't be great for you, but it doesn't sound like the worst idea I've ever had.
I don't think I can be an alcoholic.
I think you might be an alcoholic.
I don't like crave drinks.
No?
No, like I don't always feel like, oh, I need. The other day I was like, oh, I could just use the taste of a beer right now. But like, I don't like want to get drunk because then I ruined my day and I got too much shit to do. Being drunk is fun for me when I'm doing shit. When I'm not doing shit, where I'm just like Captain Fuck Off, just get really drunk and talk to people. But then at the end of the day, I always feel terrible. I have a headache, and I wake up and the next day's ruined, and I got shit to do. And I'm always looking for reasons not to do shit. So it gives me an excuse. And I'm like, I'm just tired of feeling like I don't need to do shit. I think it's in moderation. I'm an alcoholic when it works for me. But when it doesn't, I can just turn it off and just... Because I don't get the shakes or anything.
Yeah.
And I don't really drink that much. I drink often, but not that much.
Yeah.
We had 2 beers last night.
Yeah.
I had 2 beers the night prior. But like it's over like a 2-hour period, so whatever.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with me too. I don't think I could ever become an alcoholic because I can't handle my alcohol.
That's a fair point. Your tolerance is a real determiner.
I was talking to someone the other day, and we were talking about blacking out, and I was like, I've never blacked out. They thought that was kind of a crazy thing to say, but I haven't. I've literally never blacked out because my body can't handle the amount of alcohol it takes to black out. Like,
You've never blacked out?
I've never blacked out.
Oh man.
In my entire life. I can remember all of like that night that I drank an entire fifth of Jack at your house, the night that we practically met.
You were cocky.
I remember that right now. Like I remember Skyping Sarah Sutherland and her boyfriend on the back porch.
Shout out to Cameron.
And like not being able to talk. I was so drunk. Like I remember coming inside, throwing up on the couch, and then the nurse girl that Taylor had over like took care of me. Like I remember all of that. Even though it was about as drunk as I've ever been in my entire life. Me sneaking into Bridgestone during the NHL playoffs.
That was a saga.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was one of the drunkest I've ever been in my entire life. I remember it very well. And it's because there's a call to body that you have to have in you to black out, and my body can't handle that amount of alcohol. I throw up and I pass out. No more alcohol is getting inside of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, but the puke and rally.
I've never puked and rallied
See, I don't think you've lived.
because my body pretty much shuts down when I
grand,
vom.
That's a grandstand I'll take. Is that if you're feeling bloated and you're feeling the kind of pukey, go into the bathroom, or go outside if you're at a house party. By the way, house parties, let's go. Let's find a house party.
House parties are fun.
I love
Remember when we went to that house show?
Oh God, that was good with with a friend of the show, Reno.
That was fun.
The merits of throwing up and then drinking again is awesome.
Yeah,
it's that good.
It does sound fun. I'm not. Our live stream camera went out. There they are. Is it the same video?
I hope so. I mean, I think you went into 64, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see.
I will be. Look at us. God damn it! Aren't we cute? Who knows if that's the real one? I will be at. I will be doing Joke Jams, Part 2. Joke Jams Part 2 at the Cobra in East Nashville on September 29th. And then I just found out today that I will be doing the Laughing with Lightning comedy showcase at Zany's.
Ooh, another Zany's show, bud.
October 2nd.
October 2nd? I want you to explain to me the premise of Joke Jams.
Joke Jams is going to be... Joke Jams is four comedians. There's comedians, and then there's also music. We have two DJs. They have two DJs this time. So they're gonna do. It's me, Chance Willie, Mike Pablo, Corey Perry, Gabe Atchley, Josh Wagner.
Hitters was what you're saying.
Hitters.
Just
hitters.
Hitters.
And we will be doing comedy, and then they have two DJs that are gonna be performing after, and then after that they're gonna do Twerk for the Troops, a twerkathon for the troops.
How does a twerkathon work?
Improv troops. That's what they said. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be a twerk off. You know, loosey goosey. We'll play it by ear. Or they'll play it by ear. It's not my show. And then on October 2nd, I'll be back at Zany's doing the Laughing with Lightning showcase. That will be at 7:30. Very soon, I will have promo codes where you can get free tickets to come.
Guys, those are free tickets. That means that you have no reason not to go see Matt.
And on that show, Brad Sativa, I don't remember. Mike Pablo is also going to be on that one. Mike No Hablo Pablo will be on that show as well. And it'll be a fun time. So come see me at one of those shows, or don't. You can go fuck right off if you don't.
Go fuck yourself. Phil, welcome back. My man, Philip Grand. Phil, what's your middle name? Nathaniel Grand. Very biblical name. Very biblical name. Old Testament, though. Strictly Old Testament. So that's the... what, are you still looking up dates?
Nah, fuck it. I don't know if I got the right date on that Zany show, but...
If you need to know, you can hit up Matt on Twitter, at Matt Neil Boyd, Neil with an A. And that's the best way to get a hold of him. The best way to get a hold of us. So let's get into the show, Matt. This is the show with all the media news you need, none of the opinions you want. We've been doing it for 3 years. This is episode 64. We are in the Phunky Bunker.
3 years?
That's about 3 years that we started Endless Shrimp, and then we parlayed into Pop Topics.
Endless Shrimp is back around, by the way.
Yeah?
Red Lobster.
I still think that we need that IP.
We should have copyrighted it because they stole it from us.
Is that how that worked?
The endless shrimp is happening at this is a free advertisement for Red Lobster. You go to Red Lobster, you get the sriracha shrimp. That was my favorite one. I don't know if they're doing it again.
Dude, you can't go wrong with the shrimp scampi though.
Yeah, shrimp scampi's really good. The cool thing about the sriracha shrimp though was that it kind of honestly tasted like hot Cheetos.
It did.
And
shrimp scampi tastes like Takis.
Oh my God. I couldn't have talked about it last week because it happened after the show.
Okay.
I was on my way to the East Room to do the open mic that happens on Tuesday nights. I stop at Walgreens. I get a Red Bull. I'm at the counter. I see at the counter that they have Munchies, Flamin' Hot flavored.
Flamin' Hot Munchies, yeah.
Flamin' Hot Sun Chips, Flamin' Hot Doritos, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, pretzels.
Love Wetzels?
That just I'm sure they were rolled gold. But goddamn, was that good?
Did you enjoyed it?
Oh my god. You put hot Cheeto shit on anything and it's good. But like you just would never think hot Cheeto, hot Cheeto, Flamin' Hot Doritos. Get the fuck out of here. It's the best thing I've ever tried in my life. That's all. I don't know what's up with that Flamin' Hot. I don't know if that's like a pronoun, if you have to capitalize it, or if that's just like they should put that on the periodic table. Because they put it on everything. It's cross-brand. Like, it's not like just Frito-Lay.
It's the new salt. It's like the new pepper.
Yeah.
It's like it's a seasoning. They're like, hey, do you want it to taste exactly like this?
They put it on everything.
It's like Doritos. They do that same thing. They use like the Dorito dust and they put it on the Doritos Locos Taco.
Yeah, but that's actually Doritos.
They're not like
that is a copyrighted formula, my friend.
Yeah. Well, so is Flamin' Hot.
That's a good point.
Let's get into the show, Matt.
All right.
Let's do this.
I don't have my computer today, so
that's fine. I got mine. I have mine, so we'll share it. We'll share my computer. I'm going to pull up the list. So we bring in stories every week, things that happened in the media, things involving news, fashion, video games, what else? Music videos, films, television, fashion, podcasts, and we get into it. We try to get some takes on them and just talk about them. If it's funny, it's funny. If it's not, it's not. I'm going to pull it up right here. This is. You want to talk about? Let's talk about the Emmys.
Okay.
Didn't
watch them.
You didn't watch them.
No.
You watched
award shows are for losers.
It's true. You've taken that stance
and winners
on that show.
Winners, I guess. Someone always wins.
Awards are for children.
Yeah, awards are for children.
Trophies. Talk to me about Colbert's monologue.
The only thing that I saw from the Emmys was when they brought out Sean Spicer. That was kind of really the only thing that I wanted to talk about, and the only thing that I saw, because I just thought it was pretty fucking gross. I thought that it was pretty gross that they did that. I think that it's gross that on everyone's part, everyone involved. I think that it's very childish, and there's a lot that's been going out, and I don't know if it's been substantiated.
What's been going
as
out?
they say in liberal media.
What has been going out?
That this theory or this rumor that the entire thing. So what happened was Stephen Colbert was on stage and he was talking about how it was the biggest Emmys crowd ever, and he said to tell us about how big the crowd is. And then Sean Spicer comes out, and he comes out walking out the
Melissa McCarthy,
the podium from SNL that Melissa McCarthy would use when she played Sean Spicer, and he like wheeled it out, and he went out there and he talked about this is the biggest Emmys crowd that we've ever had, like doing a parody of when he was talking about the inauguration.
Right.
And it was weird because it was like you could tell that half the crowd just was surprised laughing, and then the other half of the crowd was like, "Why the fuck is he here?" And honestly, that's kind of exactly how a lot of the discussion, like the articles and the conversation about it has been going, is that there's like a lot of people that are like, that was just crazy. Like, it was just crazy that he was there. People that are just still trying to compute it. And then the other half that is like, why the fuck was he there? They were while he was up there, they would keep like cutting to Melissa McCarthy. She was like pretty close to the stage. I think she might have been front row, and she was even looking around like, "This isn't funny. Like, this is gross. This is like, why are they doing this?" And there's been rumors that it was Stephen Colbert's idea to do it in the first place, and I just think I don't know. Like, I don't like this these how would you say, these like cultural crucifixions of all of these
making their comeback,
like political figures, especially right-wing figures on all these liberal shows. I mean, the Emmys is, that crowd is about as liberal as it fucking gets.
Oh, for sure.
And the people that watch it, and the people that care about the Emmys, the people that, you know, that Big Bang Theory's not winning any fucking Emmys anytime soon. You know what I mean? Blue Bloods isn't winning any Emmys anytime fucking soon.
Emmys all the time.
Not Big Bang. You know what I mean, though. This is places for people that like high art to celebrate the fact that they watch high art. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't exactly the place where conservatives go to like celebrate what they enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, conservatives don't really have a place in media, and we know that by the crucifixion of people like
Ann Coulter.
Well,
like when
she's not even in media; she's an author. I think like Tim Allen, Ted Nugent, all those kinds of people.
Yeah.
They really don't ever get their fair shake. I mean, the media is super liberal, but I want to know it. I want you to kind of take everything you said. I want you to dial it into a sentence because you did it yesterday.
I don't remember what it was. If you
said
want me to say that,
you can't be an actor, and
yeah,
you're either an actor or you're a political advocate. You can't.
Yeah,
be both
it was like that thing that I tweeted where I said like you know this is I've tweeted a picture of Sean Spicer like looking like worried at the podium or some shit, and I just said like this is the face of everybody that really praised Colbert for his attack on the Trump administration, which is like this moment is where you realize like these like everyone loves to latch on to these like celebrities that or like the late night show hosts, Seth Meyers, they do it with Colbert and Seth Meyers, where they like attach themselves to their opinion as if they're saying like this is now my opinion because he said it so eloquently. And this was the moment where you're like, they don't give a fuck whether you agree with them or not. They're not here to have an opinion. They're here to just entertain and say whatever the fuck it sounds like they want to say. They're not here to service your opinion. Like this guy, like
who's
Colbert.
Not here to service your opinion?
Colbert, what?
Colbert's not there to service your opinion, or the crowd isn't there to service the.
No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I knew. What the article was on. Okay.
Like they people love to like attack. They love sharing these videos on Facebook of like, look at what Seth Meyers said about Donald Trump last night. They were doing it with the cock holster thing with Colbert. He should have the right to say that. You can attack the president. You can address what the president says. And everyone's like puts them on this pedestal of like, look, that like they get it. You know, they're on our side. The media's on our side. Trump sucks, but the media's on our side. And then they purport this like apology tour for Sean Spicer, but in a way where they're like, the only way Sean Spicer can gain the only way that he can gain us back is if he humiliates himself. And I also find that to be fucking disgusting. To where they're like the only way that he can get back in our good graces if we throw rotten vegetables at him while he's on stage.
I just think okay, so I want to kind of go back to the very beginning. So when you said that, so yesterday when you told me this last night, I giggled. I thought, hey, that's a really funny bit. Mm-hmm. But that's something like that's funny for like in a writer's room. That's got to be hilarious. You're like, yeah, we have this big of a budget. Let's see what we can pull off.
Yeah.
Now, I laughed at that thinking, oh, that's a very funny premise. The real-life implications in terms of, like, taking it seriously, since the Emmys do take themselves very seriously, okay, maybe not the best move. When you said it, when Phil walked in, Phil giggled. Phil thought it was pretty funny, too.
Yeah.
Because it is a pretty funny thing.
It's a funny idea to think that but it's half of the reason it's so funny is because you're like, you can't pull that off.
But the point that I'm getting to is that it seems, for me, the most sad part about this whole thing is that Sean Spicer got a publicist entirely too late.
Yeah.
It's like he's trying to the firefighters got there after the house had already burnt down.
Yeah.
So he's going to try to be like a phoenix and rise from the ashes, and in order to rise from the ashes, he has to be a punching bag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like,
which I think which he doesn't have to be. It's just that's the way
that he executes it.
Not only that, but I think that's the way that he's he's not going to get back in the good graces of the media unless he does something like that, and I think that's gross. Like, he doesn't have to apologize for shit. He doesn't have to like if he had a job, he was doing a job, is all he was doing when he was the press secretary or whatever the fuck he was for Donald Trump, and like he doesn't just because he wasn't the best at his job and he wasn't the press secretary for your fucking candidate, like. That doesn't mean that he has to go out here and like publicly malign himself after you just did it for 6 fucking months.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like, it's not his job to go out there and be like, you guys were right the whole time. Unless he wants to do that. But I can't imagine someone would want to do that. Like, he doesn't sound like the most self-aware guy that wants to roast himself. But the thing is that there's no way that he can't ever get on screen again unless he does something like that. And I think that that's disgusting. Like, I think that the idea that liberals are like, yeah, we'll stop making fun of you if you come on our show and embarrass yourself is fucking disgusting.
But like, here's the thing: is that no one was talking about him anymore.
Yeah, no, they weren't. But you have to imagine
he was part of a news cycle that was months and months ago.
Yeah,
he was. I mean, yeah, Melissa McCarthy that night did win the award for her character Spicy, based off Sean Spicer on SNL. But
you also have to
that nomination that was submitted months prior.
Yeah.
So it's like we're now talking about Huckabee Sanders. We're talking about Trump and Ivanka. We're talking about Trump talking to Schumer and Pelosi, and we're talking about DACA. We're talking about North Korea. That whole like big crowd shit, that's just an echo of the beginning. That's how quickly this administration moved on. And I don't think A, Sean Spicer knew that, or B, the publicist knew that, or C, the publicist knew that and thought, hey, this is just easy money.
Well, but you would think that he did something like this because you're right. He has been off screen. He hasn't really been in the conversation anymore, but you would have to assume that he does something like this because he wants to be like he's thinking about being like on a Fox News show or maybe on an MSNBC show, and he knows that he can't get back into the spotlight or become part of the dialogue again unless he starts an apology tour. But I don't think that he has anything. It feels like a forced apology tour, but not one that he's forcing on us, one that we're forcing on him.
You know,
like you have to gain yourself back.
Now let's put. I like what you're saying. Let's put that into context with what's going on in politics in another realm. We don't need an apology tour from Sean Spicer. He should just fade in anonymity and be a punchline. He's just the guy now. He's the guy. He's the guy that was a liar. He was a pawn of the president. Fine. Someone that we need an apology tour from is currently on this is what happened to me. I was the victim. I'm gonna come out stronger than this tour, and that's Hillary Rodham Clinton. Currently, her new book is out. It's either released this week or she's on a book tour right now, and early copies of it, people are saying like, oh, she didn't quite take enough responsibility. I'm not going to speak to that, but what I am going to say is, as Americans, we need an apology from Hillary Clinton for not playing the game right. Yeah. Not because Hillary is another set of nightmares. Like no matter, we were just given a bad hand. But the thing is, the person that is probably the most appropriate to get an apology from, we're not getting. Instead, we're getting pushback, and we're getting this is what happened, and just still laying the blame. It's 9 months later. It's over, sweetie. You're done. Like it's over. So like I just think politicians are just so out of step with everything.
Yeah.
And like I'm starting to feel like I talk more shit about the left now than I do about the right.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Compared to like what this show has been and what we've talked about.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like the idea that like when I was watching the video of the Sean Spicer thing at the Emmys, I was just like I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad that like the only way that people are gonna let him talk is if he drags himself through this what's gonna probably be like a multi-month just roast session of people being like, yeah, you're out of the White House now, but you got some ground to gain back. Like you need, and it's like he doesn't have to do that. If he wants, like this isn't like the you think about like other people that went on like apology tour, or like when Justin Bieber did it, when Justin Bieber was trying to like make himself a better person in the spotlight after he did all this shit and he had all this bad publicity, and so he tries to put himself back in the good graces of the media, and then he has the Comedy Central roast, and that was all something that he put on. Like he did that because he wanted to do it because he thought that was the best way to gain good graces.
Right.
But that's not what this feels like.
No.
This doesn't feel like something where Sean Spicer went up to Colbert and was like, "Hey,"
no.
And even if it was,
we don't need an apology from him.
But even if it was, Colbert should not like that. That's not up to Colbert to be the guy to be like, yeah, if you want to do this, I'm gonna be the one that makes fun of you. Like he's not the executioner.
Right.
Like he's not the guy that to put on this show and put on this like public shaming is what it is. It's like a public shaming of Sean Spicer. Like it's not your job, and it's not your place, and it's also gross. It's gross to not only like because he's going to go back, and I'm sure he's gone back ever since that happened this weekend. He's going to go back on his show, and he's going to keep making fun of conservatives. He's going to keep making fun of the Trump administration, and he's going to keep just bashing people just like Sean Spicer.
Right, like Huckabee Sanders.
And he tried to make it look like they were buddy-buddy and that they were both laughing about...
He went on Kimmel. He went on Kimmel a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or maybe last week.
Yeah.
And I just don't know. Like, it just seems so vain. If you're in politics to not protect and serve, but just serve the American people,
Yeah.
then serve the American people by making yourself obsolete.
Yeah.
Ego has no place. And that's hard to say now, specifically in whatever's going on in politics, the current state of politics. But we didn't need it. We didn't need Sean Spicer to apologize, because if he was sticking to his guns, I respect him more.
Yeah.
But if he's going back on what he said is causing that much controversy, go
Yeah.
fuck yourself. You're a troll.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's that. Also,
Just kind of felt super unprofessional. It felt super catty is also how it felt, and it felt super childish. Like it felt very childish for them to be like. And luckily, this is not something that I'm just putting on like liberals, because a lot of the stuff that I've read, especially from super liberal publications, has been. They think the same thing. Like the Washington Post or the Huffington Post of all people. The first article that I read about this was that they said that the person that wrote it, the opinion piece, said that like this felt really yucky, and I was like, yeah, I 100% agree. Like it feels very like ugh. Like it doesn't matter what angle you look at that at. It's like the one angle is they're trying to trivialize a person that they think is a bad person. They're trying to make it seem like what he did wasn't as bad as it really was. The other side is you are like it reminds me of like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, like when Quasimodo when he's going through the parade and they're like throwing shit at him because he's so ugly, and it's like that's kind of the only other perspective you can look at it through. There's no down the middle objective like yes, this was good because of this. Because it was just gross on either side, either way you look at it. And this whole public shaming, this, like, I get it if you don't like Trump and you think Trump is a bad person, you think he's a piece of shit and he's the worst president we've ever had. I share those opinions with you. But don't go after Sean Spicer because of that. A guy that was just doing his job. Like, don't go after these people. Don't go after conservatives.
I'm sure that your next point is completely valid, but to say don't go after Sean Spicer, co-conspirators should also be punished, but not to the degree. They shouldn't be getting all the vitriol that is coming to Trump. He shouldn't get beheaded. He should get flicked in the nuts.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he deserves any punishment.
Yeah, but he's knowingly lying to the American public, and now he's putting himself in a position. I think that's why people are upset. It feels yucky because he was in the bad grades, and now he's like, look who's back. Like, dude, it's like your uncle coming back for Christmas, and you're like, no, last year you fucking got drunk and put your dick all over the children.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
no, you're not welcome here.
But he was being told to lie to the American people.
Yeah, but you don't need to say no.
I'm sure.
Personal, responsible.
But here's the thing about that is that I guarantee you've done a lot of really shitty things at your job just because you were told to do it and you didn't want to lose your job. And that's all Sean Spicer was doing. That's all Sean Spicer was doing what he was told because he didn't want to lose his job, and he finally got the balls to resign.
In the American government. That's the difference.
They're just people too.
They
all just have jobs too.
They're just people, but there is a point when you can actually have a platform to execute any change, and you willingly don't do it. I know that whatever I'm doing, the consequences are bare bones to none. Because I'm doing that. It's a shitty thing. Like, oh, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to oversell this to a family that's just on vacation on a budget because they came to Nashville because it's cheap. You have to do that. Fine, if that's what it's going to take for me to make my money. Fine, I'll do that. I could go get another job. Yes.
Well, yeah, but that's exactly what he did.
But he is holding a position where he is in conversation with the geopolitical
Yeah, but not anymore.
Arena. Not anymore. And that's the thing. It's like now we shouldn't be holding him. We should say it's not a thing. It's like he didn't apologize. He didn't do anything. He's not really apologizing. He's just doing a song and dance. It's like, no, don't tell me, show me. Show me that you are sorry if you are. If you're not, tell me you're not, but you should accept the consequences of that. But
yeah, but it's not our job to demand that of him.
I think that's exactly our job.
No. It's not like he doesn't owe us shit. He doesn't owe us anything.
No. He owes us to be true to himself if he put us through that. You know what I mean?
No, he doesn't. I don't think that's true. I don't think he owes us anything. I think if he also just shouldn't be punished because he did the right thing. He left his job. He left that job that was a shitty job that he was knowingly. I don't think you can just up and quit a White House job.
Yeah,
I'm sure that no, but I'm saying like it's not like if 4 months ago he wanted to quit the job, he could have just walked out in the middle of the night. It's a White House job. I'm sure there's a lot of debriefing, a lot of declassification of things. Like, I'm sure that this happened a while ago. He was just out there just trying to get out of this fucking job. And he did. And now that he is out of that job, especially, it's not up to us to hold him to like this apology of the job that he just quit.
Yeah. Okay. I'll buy that.
Like that would be like if you quit your job. You put in your 2 weeks, quit your job, but then for the next few months, you had to keep going back to those people that came into your work and like reimbursing them for the margarita glasses that you sold to them. It's like, no, it's not my job. That's not. I left the job.
It's over. Yeah, it's
over. It's over.
It's done and over, but it doesn't need to be talked about. Is what I'm saying.
That's what this is. That's what doing this is like.
Yeah, that's
to keep
what you don't need to hash it
retreading
up.
his past.
Yeah, but if he's going to do that, if he's going to reintroduce himself to the American public.
Mm-hmm.
Then he has to sing a different tune, and he's just singing.
No, not has to. See that's where
I think. But why?
It's not an obligation.
Okay, if the brand didn't work, if his brand didn't jive with the American public, then it's not going to jive now. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a different approach.
I mean,
and he's taking the wrong approach to reintroduction to the American. Because I do think that we request entirely too much of people, and we expect too much to happen quickly. But at the same time, give a little bit to gain a little bit. It's a dialogue. He's just out there showing off, or not just kind of song and dancing, and since everyone has a voice now, it's Caesar giving a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Give the guy a break, but also don't forget what he's done.
Sure.
You have to hold a nuanced view. This whole like hot or cold view of someone, like did they come in hot? Did they come in right? The world isn't black and white.
Right.
So that's why the fact that the liberals think it needs to be black and white, and I think even the way that he presented himself via his publicist, via this award show, I think it's just kind of weak. It's not bad, but it's definitely it's in a gray area, but it just isn't a particularly good look. I don't think, and it's not as effective.
Right.
So
I agree. What's next?
I do want to give a shout out to John Oliver for winning the award. He, I think I told you this yesterday on the show when we did the Conversations podcast. When he went to, he got up on stage. He goes, "I want to thank my writers. I want to thank this executive," and he's just like looking at the audience. He goes, "And I want to thank Oprah because she's just sitting right there, and it seems wrong not to." That was the funniest.
Yeah.
That's the way to gracefully accept an award that doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
You know. So. I do want to, so yesterday, can we move on to the next story?
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was here with Phil, and we had some lunch, and we were talking about something. So he brought up a story, and so this is Phil's story that he brought in, and I started telling you about it yesterday. I'm going to read it was published in the Washington Post, republished, but I'm going to go with a local take on it because I think we're going to get a little closer to the story.
Yeah.
This comes by way of WKRN.com. That is the Nashville ABC affiliate or the Middle Tennessee ABC affiliate. The story goes, Lipscomb University student says cotton centerpiece points to a larger cultural gap. So think about that. Hold that in your mind. I'm going to read the Washington Post thing. The Washington Post headline, a university president held dinner for black students and set a table with cotton stalks and collard greens. National media needs to go fuck itself because this is how Phil sold me the story. Phil, you go fuck yourself. This is how Phil sold me the story. I read the local approach to it, and the headline is salacious enough and offers a solution. It says, Lipscomb University student says cotton centerpieces point to a larger cultural gap. Quote, points to a larger cultural gap. We're gonna have a student that's gonna be that. I'm seething. So this is how it goes. Nashville, Tennessee. It started as a welcome gesture for a group of black students at a Nashville University, Lipscomb University. But what happened during the dinner with the school's president left some with a bad taste in their mouth. And that's not because it was collard greens. Race relations are taking center stage at Lipscomb University today. It's not because of class or a lecture, but rather a dinner that went from cordial to controversial. The centerpiece on the table was supposed to represent the fall season, but the stalks of cotton didn't set well with some students. Deion Sims was at the dinner last Thursday at the home of President Dr. Randy Lowry, change your name, so he could hear the concerns of what the university could do better and what the university could do better. But he and others took offense to what was at the center of the tables and what was on the menu as well. I think the most offensive thing was the cotton centerpieces. And they said, at the dinner, we heard previously that Latino students were served fajitas, and we were served collard greens, cornbread, ribs, and all that stuff. So this guy, this president, who they point out took diversity from 3% only 5 years ago to 23% at his small university. We have a lot of friends, mutual friends that have all gone to Lipscomb. He's brought up...
Any of them black?
Yeah. Tim Cotton.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, he wouldn't be offended. We had... you never met Mark Farmer. He was great. And then I think those are the only ones that you've met. But through that, there were a couple black students or whatever, and it's a small Christian college. And this guy decides, you know what? I want to hear from my black student body. I want to see what I can do better. We moved our numbers from 5% or something like that to 23% in the last 5 years. We must be doing something right. Mm-hmm. So he hosts dinners featuring specific groups. He offers them, this is what white people do. They make the outside of their house look like the inside of their house. Mm-hmm. They put seasonal vegetables. They cook with seasonal vegetables because they have access to that. They decorate with seasonal plants like cotton. Everyone likes fajitas. Everyone likes cornbread, ribs. Everyone likes collard greens. But I think that this president was just a little bit oblivious. I don't think he was in this to do anything wrong.
Yeah.
But
well, yeah, I think that's what everyone's. No one thinks that he was like trying to be racist. Like I don't think he was trying to do like that scene in Django when they're all sitting at the table after the Mandingo fight. Like I think that people are just saying like this guy really thought that it was okay to fucking serve black people collard greens when he probably doesn't usually cook collard greens. And then, sir, was the Mexican kids and the black kids? Was that the same dinner?
See, if it was the same dinner, that would be suspect.
Yeah.
But it was different days.
Oh, okay.
So the reason I bring this story up, is because this just seems like I can't stress enough that local media is more valid now than it was previously.
Yeah.
This is proof that this headline offers a solution, whereas the Washington Post headline, and this has been picked up all over the country. This is national news now. This is an evergreen university situation where it is just a platform that with a high ceiling for outrage. Because now people are going to use this as an example. Well, what about this president using cotton on the tables? Yeah, it was a bad look, but like this guy clearly doesn't know enough about diversity because he's a Christian male at a Christian university in the South at a primarily white school.
Yeah.
Traditionally white school. This guy probably had no idea. And no one called him out on it. And then students are like, get there and they're like, oh, this sucks. But listen to what by the way, cotton does look great in glass vase. Looks fucking awesome in a glass vase. I want to say what Deion Sims said. He said, I don't think Dr. Lowry was intentional or malicious in the cotton centerpieces, but I think it points to a bigger cultural gap at this institution that points that some changes need to be made. That's so level-headed. That's not an outraged student. That's someone who's put thought into things. He's a pre-med student. Lowry took full responsibility for the centerpieces, even though he didn't choose them personally. We don't know that? Whatever. He says, I understand, at least at a small level, the offense and the hurt. I think as a Christian, it is my obligation to take responsibility and to be held accountable. Cool. Some black students took to social media and said that they were highly offended. A student said that the black president's initial response was, "This isn't inherently bad if is it inherently bad if we're all wearing it?" All right. Maybe don't, doc.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's a good point. Like, we're all wearing cotton, but like the fact that it was in this raw form at a black thing.
Yeah, no, that's not a good point.
No. But for him, I'm trying to think and putting myself in his footsteps. This seems like a guy who's definitely trying.
I think that it was just a goof move. I think it was a goof dad move.
He's trying.
You know?
Just cotton t-shirt tucked
it
into
was
his
just
jeans.
a little out of place. He might be a little racist, but it's not. This isn't like harmful racism. You know, this is the thing. Excuse me. When we call everything one word, like everything is racist, it's like, yeah, but like there's a difference between like harmful racism and just innocent
run-of-the-mill racism.
Just like accidental racism. Like this guy is just he's like a little racist. Like it's like he's not hurting anybody, but like he does have a couple fucked up thoughts, but he's not, you know.
He's not a bad guy.
Not a bad guy.
He's a Christian male.
Just a racist guy. But
not all racists are bad guys.
Yeah.
I think they're misguided. I think that's the problem, is that racism is just deemed all bad. Mm-hmm. It's all black. It's all white.
Well, it is all bad. It's just,
and
but
it's
then
all
again,
black.
we get to the like, yeah, it's all, but there's degrees.
Yeah, I know.
There's degrees.
But that's what the point. The reason I want to bring this story is that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Is that there is a lack of.
I'm offended. Fuck yourself.
It's just okay. So nobody. I'm gonna tell this to outraged black students taking to social media.
It's coming at you.
No one's gonna slide into your DMs because you were affected.
They might.
No one is getting cuck pussy. The definition of cuck is that they're watching and they're watching someone else fuck, and they're speaking for someone else. That's a total cuck move. It's to like say, I'm outraged. Like, if you approach it you have more of a platform if you approach it with a nuanced belief. Like say like, no, it was a bad look. Hey doc, it was a bad look. Let's try to figure this out. Like, okay, so now maybe don't do that. Maybe the next time.
Yeah, strike one.
Strike one.
Yeah.
I would like to believe that he had it would be racist if he had a string quartet playing Negro spirituals.
Yeah.
Paula Deen wasn't racist for having I'll take Paula Deen's side. She wasn't racist for having the people taking care of her plantation themed party. She's just misguided because she thinks that's acceptable in her circle.
She also you would say the N-word.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why she got in trouble.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Was right. Okay, so sorry.
She was using big words. Yeah. I was like, what do you mean she's not? No, she was.
Okay.
She was calling people the N-word.
Okay, so
she was calling those people that you're talking about the N-word.
Okay, so I'm going to retract that.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to say, this Deion Sims, shout out, my dude. Shout out. Because he said, let's just fix this. But like, you're not going to get laid.
Yeah, you can certainly make
because you were offended.
You can certainly make this a bigger deal than it is because it's racist. It is I don't want to do air quotes because it is racist. But it's like, how bad does this affect you? We can just say, if you just want to say like, hey, what's the guy's name? What's the Lipscomb president's
Randy
name?
Lowry.
Hey, Randy, fucking chill out with this cotton shit. And I think that's about as far as it needs to go. You don't need to say, we don't need to like investigate the practices of Randy at Lipscomb University. We don't need to blackball this guy as like this mega racist that runs a Tennessee university. Like, it's just like, hey man, you fucked up. End of story.
That's fair.
Done.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Make a couple jokes. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah.
Y'all don't think just maybe somewhere along the line there was somebody who did all of this and set it up for him just to see how far they could get with it? Y'all don't think that's?
I mean, that's certainly. I think that there is somebody that, like, if you're hosting a party, you do that for a living.
It's one thing to acknowledge his whole, or about the kind of person he is, but how was no one else along the lines and anywhere responsible for helping set this up? Did anyone else be like, hey, maybe this isn't okay?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, and
I don't know.
He does say this right here. He says, "Con is neutral. God created it for all of us. The use of it there was offensive when one puts it in the context of history. they were thinking about. Because of that, I apologized the next day. Now, you can't think for a second. And you can't, this is where I don't like his justification, personally.
Yeah.
For him to say he was trying to talk to black students about how to make his university better.
Yeah.
Yet he's
honestly, all he had to say was just like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't think about that. That is kind of fucked up."
yeah.
And then it would be over. Then it
My
would be
bad.
Yeah, just say that.
Press release.
Yeah.
The shortest press release in the world.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's not like he had Confederate flags hanging around the foyer. Like it was just like, "Oh shit,
I
yeah,
think
maybe
the
I
tiki
should."
torches did.
Sorry, I'm
did
a huge
clash with the cotton in the glass.
Sorry, I'm a
case.
huge fan of cotton. I didn't think it would offend you. I'll get it off the table. That's
It's
all you had
the
to do.
fabric of our lives, motherfucker.
That's all you had to do.
Yeah. He says, we will take this particular moment or difficult moment and we will recognize in a crisis there is danger. There is also opportunity. And we will try through lengthy conversation to have an airing of people's concerns. Politics, I love that. Dr. Lowry said in 13 years of him being president, the diversity has gone from 4% to 23%. Numbers he'll put against any university in the state of Tennessee. Late Monday afternoon, the Diverse Student Coalition, an organization hoping to make the university more welcoming and inclusive to all students, met on campus. Quote, we also need to make this an environment where they feel comfortable and you have an institution that is run by all white majority male students when you're going to run into things like this. Sims, solid point. Lowry said that there was no malice in serving the dinner. In fact, he says it was the same menu served at his mother-in-law's birthday dinner a week before. Lowry's not trying new food.
And my mother-in-law's black. I serve this to all black people I know.
He noted he plans on meeting with students individually and in small groups to address their concerns. Shout out to local media for taking this approach rather than letting it be a place where people can just glom on and not hold themselves personally accountable. White people can't be offended by this. I'm not offended by it. I'm not even wouldn't even be allowed to if I was offended by it.
I'm offended. Because collard greens are fucking disgusting. That's why I'm offended.
We had collard greens yesterday. Phil brought
I
home.
hate collard greens.
Oh, Jim and Nick's collard greens aren't great. But
I don't like
the
'em.
place at the farmer's market, though, those are so good. So there's that story. Let's get into something a little less. We're on some we're grandstanding today, man. I'm gonna pull this up, and I want you to pick a story.
I can't see that. Just pick a. You're gonna have to.
So
pick
we've
it.
got the.
I can't see that.
We have Avril Lavigne, the most dangerous celebrity on the web? Question mark. We have Kevin Durant, the Golden State troller, and then we have the Hate Sports. There's a TV bundle featuring programming that lets consumers to opt out of subsidizing sports programming.
Let's do that one.
All right. Okay. By the way, guys, if you want to chime in, you can go on the, if you're watching the YouTube Live, you're listening to the podcast. We broadcast live every Tuesday, but we're always open for your, like to hear your comments. Either drop it in the comments below this video or, tweet us at GymClassTryhard right here. And Matt?
At Matt Neil Boyd, Neil with an A on Twitter.
So getting into it, the new internet, this comes by Mashable.com. It was written by Jason Aberzizi. I don't care. Aberziz. A new internet TV service cuts out sports, and it costs. For who? Let's find out. For decades, TV consumers have had to pay a premium for sports, whether they wanted it or not. Did you know that?
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like
most of
ESPN really hikes up the price of cable, is basically what they're saying. That makes sense. It's
Yeah.
like one of the fucking most watched channels on TV. Of course it would.
Yeah, but but the reason that they have the budget they do is because everyone has it, but
Yeah.
not everyone's watching it.
Yeah.
So a new bundle could end all of that. A small group of cable companies are banding together to introduce a new streaming service that will feature cable TV content without sports.
Yeah,
A proposition
It's called fucking Hulu.
that has been rumored for months. Hulu now has sports, $40 a month. You can watch.
Yeah, but you can get it without the sports, right? You can still get Hulu without
yeah,
sports.
yeah. It's just an add-on.
Go get fucking Hulu. Quit blaming sports for shit.
Well, no, we're going to get to that. A group of cable companies, no one wants to watch high school sports, Phil. He said, Phil just chimed in. He said, what about local sports?
I'll watch high
I still
school
need to find my
volleyball.
Titans. Remember, screw the NFL Game Pass, all that.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I would like to have in-game.
But that's
seems
CBS. That's basic cable. You don't have to pay for that.
You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for
I have to get an antenna. I guess I
network
could
TV.
just get
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, your antenna, it's $10 at Walmart. Digital antenna. Indoor one. An outdoor one is like 25. But they're all free. That's all free. The issue that they're having, though, is that you can choose to have programming that isn't subsidized. Or you're not subsidized. I'll get into it. A group of cable companies are banding together to introduce a new streaming service that will feature cable TV content without sports, a proposition that has been rumored for months. The Wall Street Journal reported on Monday evening that Discovery, Viacom, AMC, A&E, and Scripps, which together control a variety of major cable channels, have reached an agreement, and that its new service will see a hashtag, a quote, soft launch in the next few weeks. The service is slated to cost less than $20 a month, a competitive price. Other options that tend to cost around $35, like Sling TV. The list of internet TV options has been growing steadily in the past few years and have a number of Netflix-style on-demand services. Consumers now have far more choices in what kind of content they want to pay for and how much they watch it, for better or for worse. The new sports-free bundle adds yet another option to that list. But the allure of the sports-free bundle is that sports tend to be expensive. ESPN alone costs the cable TV consumers $9 a month, whether they watch it or not. Some estimates put the cost of ESPN at $36 per month if only its viewers had paid. So, like, think about that. If people stopped paying for ESPN because they didn't want it, they'd have to pay. People that watch ESPN would have to pay 4 times as much. Just about.
Oh,
4
okay,
times.
I see how
So,
that
like,
works. Yeah.
yeah. So the fact is that when it's bundled in, all that price is subsidized and it's negated across the
It's like this is like fucking healthcare, right? It's like
Exactly.
if we all pay. So, and here's my thing. There's a fucking synapses are firing.
I knew you were gonna love this.
So, why people shouldn't complain? Continue. Just watch fucking sports, or don't. But don't fucking take sports away from. Don't make me have to pay more just because you don't want to watch sports. All right? I pay for A&E. I'm not watching any of your dumb fucking house renovation shows, but I still pay for it. I'm not sitting here going, let's take TLC out of the bundle. No, it's just everyone pays the same amount for the same shit, and we all watch whatever the fuck we want.
I think you're pointing your anger at the wrong people. I think you're pointing your anger at the wrong people because I think it is the sports networks, it is the NCAA,
Okay.
it's the NFL, the NHL, the MLB who are charging entirely too much. They're costing too much to the networks who want sports.
Yeah, but that's that's their price.
Right,
I mean, that's their
right. Again,
that's how market works.
But the market speaks. The market speaks, and the problem is that there was a fail-safe in their plan. They were able to grow to this point because they were being subsidized by people that didn't necessarily want to subsidize them. Now, we can talk about bringing down the price, which they're probably wasting a lot of money anyway. I mean, how much do they make for breast cancer? Breast cancer barely makes any money for October in the NFL. They barely give any money. They make way more money than.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with this
saying
subscription?
Is that you're subsidizing their platform so that they can make more money on top of what you're subsidizing. Now, they could actually take some of that money because they charge military flyovers. They charge for military or demonstrations on the field.
Yeah.
They charge the U.S. Army to do that.
Yeah.
They could take that money, reallocate it, and put it and push it down to their bottom line. But instead, they're just netting profit, and it's all going to the owners.
But what does that do with the streaming service?
What it has to do with the streaming service is that this is going to open the floodgates for and I hope it does, to open up the question, who is paying for what content, and are we getting what we deserve? I think sports fans are getting what they deserve. I think, like, I like the fact that that network TV has sports playing. I like the fact that ESPN can be on at any time. Would I pay more for it? If I had to, I wouldn't mind. But I mean, I pay for cable now.
I'm not paying 4 times as much. Phil, you paying 4 times as much? You watch a lot of sports.
I have ESPN, which, I mean, Saturday's taken care of. Anything big is fine. I got the digital antenna now. I would pay for just the sports. I think this kind of begs the question of the pay-per-TV thing. You know, the subscriber fees are ridiculous and everything, and I'd rather, a lot of those channels just bundled in for free anyways. It doesn't even matter, but you're paying for ESPN and the big ones, and I would rather almost just pay for that at this point.
Exactly.
And not get like fucking AMC and
Yeah, I don't even care. I just,
it's up to you to
sports
vote with
and
your
local
wallet.
stuff.
just get the sports channels. Yeah.
I think it's up to you to vote with your wallet. I think it's up to you to say, is it worth my time to like if you're not going to pay more, and they're going to do that, and they're going to do away with it. Now you have to pay more money for ESPN. Did you say that? Will you do it?
No.
Good. And you know why? And when you don't do it, and other people don't do it, the networks, not the networks, but the broadcast, not the broadcasters, but the and not even the cable providers. The
guy that comes in and hooks everything up.
Yeah, Dan. The sports leagues will
big sports.
Yeah, they're
big football.
They make a lot.
Roger Goodell.
They make a lot of money on that, but it's on the backs of consumers. I think it's up to you as a sports fan who says, I'm not going to pay that $36 a month. I guess I'm not just not going to watch sports.
No, I want to watch sports.
I know. So you're going to pay it?
No.
So yeah, you would.
I'll pay who has the sports, but at
now
this point, and I can pay just ESPN, and I tried paying $100 for NFL Game Pass, which don't do it.
We talked about that.
Okay,
If
right.
you need to know more about that, you can
it's just
listen back to
it
it.
kills me.
I want the NFL to do what the NBA League Pass does, where you can just watch any game on like an NFL app. So I don't have to pay ESPN, I don't have to pay CBS, I don't have to pay NBC. ABC, they don't do it. But
that
I thought I was getting that for live. But
yeah,
it's just,
but you can't do that because even if you have Sunday Ticket, like you can't watch Monday Night Football on Sunday Ticket.
It's true.
You can only watch the CBS or Fox aired games. You can't even watch the Sunday night game. You can't watch Thursday night game on Sunday Ticket. I want the NFL, but with I don't know if this is true because I don't have it. But I think with the NBA League Pass, like you can watch like the TNT games, you can watch the ABC games, you can watch the primetime ABC games and the primetime ESPN games. You can watch any game. But with the NFL, with Sunday Ticket, you can only watch Sunday afternoon games, which is bullshit. Not even local Sunday night or Sunday afternoon games. So give me something. Yeah, this streaming service, though,
Let's get back to it.
is basically saying, you said it was less than $20 a month?
It is. We're going to get to that. Let's get to the numbers. The list of internet. Okay, stay at that. The allure of a sports-free bundle is that sports tend to be expensive. ESPN alone costs $9 per month, whether they watch it or not. Some estimates put ESPN at $36 per month. The service would reportedly also not include major broadcast channels, NBC, ABC, CBS, or Fox. So the big four, those are, everyone gets those for free. They pay the big bucks so you can watch those games. That is on the network, and they comply to FCC, strict FCC regulation because they are available.
So they're really just talking about ESPN. I guess NBC
the
Sports
service is
Network.
slated to cost less than $20 a month.
Yeah.
So that's for someone who doesn't. Think about that for a family of four. Instead of spending, say, $90, I think we pay $94 now, or maybe $114. We split that 4 ways for internet and cable, and we have HD channels and just basic shit. If we pay that and we split that amongst 4 people, that's still 25, almost $30 a person. For a family of 4, with a dad who doesn't watch sports and a mom who doesn't watch sports, kids that don't necessarily watch sports, they can pay $20 a month and still have the ability to go onto their TV and just watch something. And they would save themselves over $80 a month. And that is a lot of savings to an American family.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Like, for me, it makes sense to let the market speak, that the demand for sports actually exists. Like, I don't want fluff numbers. I want to see this happen so that we could see how much these corporations are getting away with. They're essentially holding it's not even their IP. It is their IP, but it's not. They're holding the sports, the actual game, hostage.
Yeah, but you're talking about all this like it's fucking healthcare. Like people are getting jacked out of cancer pills.
You know,
we're talking about.
I think that
TV.
$80 a month makes a big difference to Middle America.
Yeah, sure.
I think it makes a big difference to anyone who wants to just watch a TV show. It would make a difference.
Yeah, but what you're saying is that if a lot of people go to this streaming service, less than $20 a month, that means that sports are going to start costing me more money.
Yes.
Yeah,
But that's how the
fuck
market
that.
should speak. That's how economics works.
Can I give you the pricing for the NBA Game Pass? Which you are correct. You get them on all networks except for the local blackouts. And I also want to note, shout out to the NBA because it does tell me, as I'm looking at it, blackout notice for the Hawks and Grizzlies, so I can't get those games, but I get every other game.
Okay.
But based on my zip code, it didn't even, just pulled up, but it's $250 a year. That's no commercials on any of the streams, live games for all teams across all networks, and then all the other nonsense.
That is a deal.
How much is that a month?
They do it in payments of $40 a month, and then again, but they also have a $200 one as well. Live games for all teams again, with the commercials and all that nonsense with the blackouts. But so you can get it for $200 a month.
How long is the NBA season? How long is the NBA season?
October to, when the finals end, it's like
The finals.
July.
So
late
for the
July.
majority of the year, let's say 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
For the majority of the year, you get to watch every game that you want.
Mm-hmm.
That is a deal.
Mm-hmm.
At $36 a month now, like that sports, or they cost consumers $9, or it will cost up to 36. I want to make sure I get that right. So a competitive price and other options cost that. It currently costs $9 per month. So you were paying more to go to watch like a NBA League Pass, but other people are saving money, which I think is again letting the market speak for itself. The value of something is up to the market. It's like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is only going up because people want it, because people are interested in it.
Sure.
So what's to say that ESPN can't go and aggregate all of these streaming services if they all offer the same sort of programming skew as the NBA does, the NFL does it, the NHL does it, the same thing, and you could pay a flat price and get access to any sporting event. Then you have other leagues subsidizing other leagues, and then we have a more cohesive market because the demand for specific sports is there. I think that is probably the best way to go about it, by not people don't have as much money as we think they do. People are living paycheck to paycheck. We're in very lucky positions to have at least a little bit of money to throw around here and there. Some people are living paycheck to paycheck, and I know plenty of them.
And a lot of them are sports fans.
The
vast majority of them, some would say, are sports fans.
Exactly. That's why I think that by offering an option to opt in,
by doing this, by having this plan, and if this hikes up sports, it actually hurts poor people.
Only hurts poor people that like sports, but then it's up to the league.
That's a lot of poor people.
But it's up to the cable, both the cable provider and the league to meet them, because
but that's not going to happen.
It can happen,
but it's not going to.
Well, but whose fault is that? That's because someone's a non-starter.
The people that fucked this up for them.
The people that
they buy the streaming service.
They want 20.
You fucked it up for poor people. They can't watch sports anymore.
No, I don't think that's true at all.
That's all they have. That's all they have.
I don't think that's true
and
at all.
You fucked it up.
I think that you can opt into it at a certain price.
You're basically
but they're not watching A&E.
You're basically
they're
turning
not watching
sports
A&E. They're not watching
into
Lifeform.
HBO is what you're doing by doing this, making it this premium thing when it doesn't have to be. When the vast majority of people, especially in the middle and lower class, watch at least some type of sports every week.
At $20 a month, though.
No.
This is at $20. This is what it's slated to be at.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if people start buying into this, you make sports a luxury item for people to watch. But I don't like that. That's not okay.
But that is the market speaking. Because here's the thing. The only reason I'm not saying this is a good thing. I'm good that it exists, because this is going to tell us how the market actually works.
All right, but so you as someone that doesn't watch a lot of sports, flip it the other way. What if they were saying we can make a sports package cheaper, but your AMCs, your FX, your scripted TV series channels are now more expensive? Are you okay with that?
I don't pay for it.
But that hurts your viewing pleasure, because now you don't get to watch shows that you don't. Okay, so what did they say that Netflix and HBO also go up to $30 a month? You going to buy it?
No.
But that hurts your viewing experience.
Right.
But that's what you're doing to people that watch sports. And there's plenty of people that only watch sports.
I can afford it. But will I do it? No, based on the principle.
But are you okay with that? Are you okay with them doing that?
Yeah.
You're okay with them doing that?
I am a consumer.
You say that, but I don't think it's true.
I am a consumer. Netflix just went up. Hulu just went up. And HBO now is going to go up.
Yeah, but it's still affordable. Like it's still like what? Netflix is like $11 a month, $12 a month.
It's $15 now.
No, I got my Netflix charge yesterday. I saw my bank account. It's $10.89.
Is it $10.89?
Yeah.
Oh, it's supposed to go up in the next 2 years or something.
Okay.
Because whatever. But that's going to go up. But I understand that, because you have to account for the cost of inflation. Yeah, it'd be nice to get an incentive, but you know what? I'm getting it for an affordable price, so I can't bitch and moan about $20 a year or $24 a year. I can't do it.
But yeah.
Now here's the thing. If I really wanted to watch what's on FX, I'm going to go find a way to watch FX.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pirate something. I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna save money because where I put my value is on money, and convenience takes a back seat.
Okay.
But that's me as a data point inside of as the American consumer.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has specific needs, and you allow the market to speak, and that's where dialogue happens. But by just giving people the convenient option of, you know what, instead of having this argument, instead of like saying this, why don't we all just go $9 here, life form will charge like $2. It's just gonna help. It'll keep this cost down. And this one, let the market speak for itself. And that's what I believe about healthcare.
Yeah.
The same thing about healthcare.
But here's another thing is that I think I just don't even know if I completely agree with the people in your argument, because I believe that the vast majority of lower and lower middle class families that you think would buy this less than $20 a month program are people that watch sports. They're actually the ones that like sports fan bases are built on. Like they wouldn't get rid of sports. These people that you think.
I'm not saying that this is a good thing. What I'm saying
it was kind of what you were saying.
No. I'm saying that I'm glad that this is an option for people to take
but
if they want to. But here's the thing. Why aren't you happy about letting people make a decision? Why aren't you happy
You can't make a decision.
You can make. So that's what I'm saying. You
can not have TV if it's too expensive. Again, this is what I was saying is that
exactly. But what if you want television? That's the thing, is that the market speaks. It can get what it wants.
Then you pay what they tell you to pay.
You offer.
Again, we're not talking about medication. We're talking about fucking TV channels.
We're talking about the monthly nut that people have to spend.
Yeah.
If they want to save $80 so their kid can play on a travel hockey team.
Those are people that want sports, people that are putting their kids in sports programs.
Sure. So then they're not going to do it. What if you want the $80 a month to give your kid math tutoring?
Okay. Then just don't watch TV, period.
That's a sacrifice you can make, but you don't have to make that complete
That's what
sacrifice.
they do. That's
it's not
what they
black
do.
or white. It's not black or white. And the cool thing is that this is going to allow people to make a decision. It is going to free up that option. They have that ability to say, now I have $80 more a month in my pocket.
But I think that decision is actually more detrimental.
I don't think it is.
It's more detrimental.
I don't think it is. I think if you let people in the market speak who haven't had a voice, who've just been paying, if you let those data points decide whether or not they want something, or it's going to shake up an industry that needs to be shaken up anyway. These are the last strings before the bundle ends, before bundling TV ends. This is the beginning. This is old TV. Sports is the reason why people tune into live TV.
Yeah.
And if that's the common held belief. But if that's not the truth, then we can find out.
It is the truth.
But we
it
can
is the
find
truth.
out.
No, we do not. They already know that that's the truth. They already know that that's the truth.
I just think it's just good to let the market speak for itself. If people want to, they can do it, and then however the cards fall, that's how they fall.
But people already do that. People do that with like Sling TV. Like Sling TV, you can get packages
at $35 a month.
Yeah, but you can get those packages. They have packages that don't have sports in them.
Right.
And so you just pay for that.
You can do Sling
TV,
or you can go
that
through.
hasn't hurt.
Or you can go through a cable
bill.
provider.
That hasn't hurt my cable bill.
You can go through a cable provider that you have a relationship with, that you already have an account with, so you don't have to go and buy the newfangled Sling TV, or you don't have to do this, or I just want to watch. I want to watch something on. I want to watch Investigation Discovery, and that's all I want to watch. That's all I watch, or all I watch is the Weather Channel. Then there you go. Now you got it, and you don't have to be subsidized for sports. Like, I think that's a good thing, and that's only. And if what you're saying and you believe is right, that those are all sports fans, then they're not going to get rid of it. Then the price is only going to go up like pennies, but at least it's saving people money. We're talking on a huge scale here. So if you have 10,000 people,
but the people
that drop the sports, there's another million people. And I'm using small numbers here, but like if 10,000 people that drop sports, a million, it's only going to raise your bill a couple pennies. But aren't you going to? But you care about it enough and you value it enough to pay a couple more pennies. It's not like they're going to hike it up 50%. 50% of people aren't going to drop sports programming. But for the people that want to, the small minority, it's a good thing for them to be able to do that and free up that money.
Yeah.
That's the point that I'm getting across, because we don't know where it's going to end.
My thing is, it's crazy because there are like there's huge parallels between like this and like the arguments people have about health insurance, where if everyone pays around the same amount for health insurance and everyone has access to any medication that they need, that's better than like people paying what they can afford, because you know, that's how big pharma happens, is when you have independent payers and health insurance, is that this guy can afford cancer pills, but that person can't. So that guy buys all of them, and this person dies
But
because
that's
they have
medicine.
cancer.
This is entertainment.
But this is my parallel. So this is the analogy, is that like if everyone just pays the same amount for cable, even though not everyone's watching everything on cable, that means that these poor people can afford sports, and this rich person also can afford sports, but they can also afford to watch fucking Atlanta. But if you separate it and you make it so that you put a premium on different channels, that means that now poor people can't watch sports. And if there are poor people that like to watch sports, now they don't get a certain part of entertainment that you're only taking away, even though you can afford it. You're taking that away from them just because you want to pinch pennies.
You're assuming that everyone can afford it. You're only using if let's say.
But this is more affordable. I'm not saying everyone can afford it, but it is certainly more affordable than the other option.
And I think that if it's enticing enough to your agenda, your personal agenda, your lifestyle, your decisions, then you should be able to take it. And I think that these options,
it's kind of rude.
Consumers need to be able to have a choice to do what they want, and they don't need people making decisions for them. Because yeah, it makes everything more convenient. It makes everything kind of flat. It makes numbers even. It makes promos for the cable companies easier to run. It allows the leagues to inflate their worth. But now it's also going to do something to A&E. Now let's say you don't want A&E. Well, you know what, A&E, you're going to have to figure out, you're going to have to merge with another channel. You're going to have to figure out what you're going to do, and you're going to consolidate, and you're going to be able to figure out what's actually important. And the consumer now has a voice, not only with their pocket, but they also have a voice, an actual voice, to say, I don't need to watch that.
Yeah.
I don't need that. Give me something I need and I want, and focus that to me and make it affordable, and you've got yourself a customer. That is... I mean, that's the most free.
But I would argue
that's the most free trade economic decision.
I would argue that like a lot of like not basic cable, but whatever the next step up is, where you get ESPN, you get NBC Sports Network. Like I would say that through Comcast and DirecTV, like those are very affordable for most people.
I think
like my family is not rich by any means.
Right.
Certainly lower middle class to maybe middle class, and we have DirecTV, and it's like pretty affordable. And I think that it kind of is across the board. No one's getting hurt by having to bundle in sports packages. These people that like you and people like you that want to have this program that's less than $20 a month without sports.
I'm not going to buy it. I'm just saying that I like that it's happening.
But that's an objective opinion. That's like, yeah, but you're just hurting people just because your word math works.
No, that's not true at all.
It does hurt people. It hurts a lot of people that can't afford to pay more for sports, that like watching sports.
But it's not going to. It won't go up significantly.
Yeah, you said it would. You said it would go up 4 times.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like that's 9 times. It's at $35 a month. Is it comparable?
Now that's unaffordable.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is that it costs the average consumer $9 a month. Now, that's not just ESPN. That's other channels, too.
But you're saying that's going to go up to $36 a month?
No. I misspoke earlier, and I'm now understanding that. It says the service is slated to cost around $20 a month, competitive price, while other options tend to cost $35 a month. Sling is among the cheapest with the plan. It's comparable to $20 a month. So this is there. But it costs consumers $9 per month, whether they watch it or not. You could save that $9 and put it towards something else. Because what I'm saying is, you don't necessarily need to pay it. If you don't want to watch TV, you don't need to watch TV. But if you don't want to...
Are you saying that sports cost us $9 a month, like the average cable customer, $9 a month?
Sorry. Some estimates put the cost of ESPN at $36 a month, if only its viewers paid. So you're right, yeah. So what I said. So if only its viewers paid, it costs $36 a month. But
yeah, but right now it's $9 a month.
Yeah, but if you don't want to watch A&E...
Are you willing to pay $9 a month so Lehman can watch a Cowboys game?
Is he going to want to watch A&E?
It's going to go up to 30.
I'm not going to watch A&E.
It's going to go up to 36. I know what I'm saying. It's going to go up to 36 if you don't want to pay $9 a month. It's going to go up to 36 for him.
It's not going to go up to 36.
Yes, that's what you said.
Okay, no. It costs if only its viewers pay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But not
that's what I'm saying.
Only its viewers. There are people who are going to be like, whatever. I don't need to save that money. That's their decision. That's their prerogative. Okay, but the option is still on the table.
But that's what I'm saying. Take it out of this objective realm and put it into a real life application.
I am.
Let's say you have a friend that can't really afford a whole lot, all right? And right now, we're all paying $9 a month for sports. But if you take that option away, if you make that obsolete, now he himself has to pay $36 a month just so you don't have to spend $9. It's kind of fucked up.
No. What I'm saying is that not everyone is. That is worst case scenario. $36, you shouldn't even be considering $36. That shouldn't even, that is the ceiling. That is the estimate. That is the ceiling.
Yeah.
That if only it's viewers.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are people who say, no, I casually do want to watch sports. I have a son that wants to watch sports. Cool, we'll keep it. There's going to be more of those than there are people who are going to be, no. And if it does, then let's say you even go down a quarter. This is, again, at 30, I want to know what their viewership is. There's millions of people that are watching ESPN. Like 300 million people watching that have TV.
Yeah.
Let's say even half of those, 150 million people. And only 200,000 or just choose not to do that throughout there because this is a pretty wide skew of cable providers. Then it's only going to go up $1.50 is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So if you're paying all that anyway, then why? If you're already paying,
But that's like a very arbitrary, like $1.50.
I'm using arbitrary numbers but that's just as likely as any other outcome. And that's what I'm saying is I want to see where it shakes out.
But why? Why do you want to see where it shakes out?
I want to see entertainment be more accessible to people that want to watch specific entertainment. I want to know.
But by that line of logic, and through that statement, what you said earlier, those two things do not line up. You don't want that because you want to make a sports package.
I don't want to make a sports package.
It is kind of what you just said.
I'm saying no, and I was talking. That's best case scenario. But that's up to the league and that's up to the cable provider to look at the market and say what are they willing to pay, and the people with voting with their wallets saying this is what I'm willing to pay. Where are you going to meet me? And that's where the negotiation happens, and that's when you free up money that goes back into the economy. You take all that whatever money, and you're putting it back into the economy.
Here's another thing too: is that you have to factor in like what making sports more expensive does on a grand scheme of things. Not only does it affect viewers with TV households, but if you make, sports is a huge part of goddamn near every single bar in America. So if you make sports more expensive and they have to pay more to have sports, now you make
they
drink
already
prices
do pay more
go
to have
up.
sports.
Now but to make it more expensive, now you're just making drink prices go up. You're making menu items go up. So if you just want to go to a bar on a Sunday, even if you're not watching the game, your food's going to cost more because they have to pay more to keep the lights on because they have to pay more to have sports on TV.
When a bar pays for sports, they have to pay a licensing fee.
Yeah.
They pay that licensing fee through DirecTV or whatever provider they have.
Yeah.
And it's already this cost. Boom. That's already inflated because that's based on whatever number. They have wiggle room. And that's up to bar owners to say, hey, don't do that. There's who is it? There's two bars in Chicago, I believe, that aren't playing the NFL because they are they're morally objective to them. They're like, I think that's it. They don't like what they're all about. But that's their choice. These bars aren't going to be charged much more because those prices are already inflated.
They might, and they probably will get charged more. I think you're wrong on that.
Then it's up to the leagues to stop charging so much to ESPN.
But they're not going to do that.
And it's up to ESPN. ESPN, are you telling me that ESPN can't cut a little fat? They are cutting fat,
not only
but
are
they're
but
cutting good people. But they've cut a lot of their original programming, and they don't. It doesn't cost much for ESPN to run.
Yeah, but
in comparison, and plus that's Disney.
But here's the thing:
that's Disney. They could take Marvel IP money and throw that into.
This seems like a morally objective argument that I don't even think you really care that much about. It's just like you just want to see the numbers. Fucking why? Like why? Because there's a good chance that you kind of really fuck up a lot of people's pleasure center on a Sunday just to find out numbers that like a lot of people probably actually don't give a fuck about.
If they're watching football on a Sunday, it's on CBS and Fox, so they're fine.
Well, you can also watch it on like DirecTV.
Yeah.
No, Twitter's Thursday night games.
Thursday nights, yeah, but Twitter's free. They're all free.
No, Monday night ESPN.
Okay, so Monday Night Football, you miss Monday night. Now I'll take a stand. So you miss Monday night.
And it's also, you can only watch your local game on CBS or Fox.
Okay.
You can't watch any game on CBS or Fox. Like if I...
You can't watch any game either, though. You can't watch any game.
Yeah, I can, because I have Sunday Ticket.
Well, you have Sunday Ticket, but you're paying more for it, right?
So
you are already making the decision to pay more for sports. So you put your value on it.
Yeah, but you're saying
you're
saying to make me pay even more.
No, you're not going to pay anymore because you have Sunday Ticket. You have access to every game. I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, but that would still make the prices of Sunday Ticket go up if you fuck up the licensing deals with cable channels and the NFL. You're going to make Sunday Ticket go up as well because DirecTV is going to have to now start paying more to the NFL to license those games on Sunday Ticket.
Does ESPN? No. Now it's up to now. If they're not playing the game, if the cable.
It's true.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is,
I know
but,
I'm right.
But you're putting the responsibility all on these consumers. When it's on the consumers, but every negotiation has two parties. There's two active parties at least. There's three active parties in this situation. You got your consumer, you've got your cable provider, and then you've got your sports leagues that are charging these networks to play that. They can drop their price because at a certain point they have all this money, and if they care about the people in America as much as they say they do, then they're going to drop their prices and make it affordable because that's the right thing to do. Now, are they going to do that? That's up to you.
Well, I think
That's
that
up to them to make that decision.
is.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you've got to.
I think that
Now it's sports leagues saying, "Hey, pay this."
I think that the demand is much bigger than the supply. So I think that the people that want to buy the NFL will buy it no matter what the price is.
Exactly. So what's the problem?
You're burning a hole in people's pocket for no good goddamn reason.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. You are. You're making them pay more just because you know they will.
But they don't have to.
Well, just like you don't have to watch sports. So just don't. But don't put the onus on me because I like watching something.
No, I'm not putting the onus on you at all.
You are, because I like to watch sports.
I don't even know what onus means. But what I'm going to say is that I enjoy the idea that I don't like the fact that there are any companies that make money by using subsidized funds from other people. And unwittingly. Like, if you didn't know, you didn't know. Like,
yeah, you do, because your health insurance is
because I know. Yeah,
that
but
way.
I'm subsidized by my own tax refund. At the end of the year, I pay in. I end up owing the government money. But I allow that so I can make affordable payments throughout the month so I can have a good health care. And that gives me time to save up for my money. That is my personal decision that I do. But I'm talking about...
There's also other
I'm talking
personal
about
decisions
major companies. Let's talk about things that aren't necessary. What else is another thing like this? Maybe... I can't think of another thing. Music. I don't know how music would play into this one. Yeah, I mean, music does it. They charge you $9.99 a month, and you can have access to any music.
What if they said
it charges the artist less money.
What if they said I had to pay $25 a month because I like rap music, and you have to pay $3 a month because you don't listen to rap music? That's a little fucked up.
They can't.
Because I have personal taste in a different type of music.
But they can't do that because then they would lose consumers, and that's a bad business model.
I'm saying I don't know if you're.
Happens, something dies, and then something else comes out of it.
But here's my thing. Is that I don't know if you're flip-flopping on an opinion or if you can't read an article right, because that is what you were saying they are going to do with sports.
At the most $35 if only its viewers pay it. But not everyone is going to do that because people want ESPN. So the people that don't want to, let's say it's 10%, that's fine. You're not going to go up 10% because the league's probably going to be like, that's a wash. We have this much revenue. That's fine. Or they charge you an extra 14 cents. And then somebody has extra money that they can put their kid through something. Or people save money because they didn't want to.
Right.
I don't like the unintended pulling money from people. I like a free market. I don't like that.
Okay.
I don't like the idea that people are paying for something that they don't use.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's my point.
Yeah.
In terms of taxes, it's going to be wasteful.
I love this one. This was great. I couldn't tell if you guys were friends for a second. It was
It always
good.
is.
That was good. No. This is a whole nother podcast that
This is what Pop Topics used to be.
I'm just saying, let's do it with everything.
Yeah.
Let's do it with everything. Everything costs the same for everybody, and just watch whatever the fuck you want to watch.
You're such a communist. You should watch Moana. You should get really high and watch
I don't
Moana.
know.
Yeah, you won't like communism.
Kind of only.
Wait, Disney's about to start their own streaming service. That's another.
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave that to the girls who allow their parents to curate all their interests. Want to hit another story?
Yeah.
All right. So let's pick. I think the only one I really have left is Avril Lavigne, the most dangerous celebrity on the web. You want to take this one?
I thought she was dead.
Remember, she was dead and then replaced, Paul McCartney style, come together.
Oh.
This has come by way of CNN.
I can't read that from up here.
This comes by way of CNN Entertainment by Lisa Respers France. That's a place. Avril Lavigne rated, quote, most dangerous celebrity online. Avril Lavigne is now the most dangerous celebrity to search for online, according to cybersecurity company McAfee. Singer-songwriter topped McAfee's most dangerous celebrity study this year. The report, quote, reveals which celebrities generate the riskiest search results that could potentially expose their fans to malicious websites. Cybercriminals continue to use the fascination of consumers with celebrity culture to drive unsuspecting users to potentially malicious websites that can be used to install malware, steal personal information, and even passwords. This is according to a statement from McAfee themselves. The study conducted by McAfee, now in its 11th year, highlights the dangers of clicking on suspicious links when searching a celebrity-focused content. Lavigne dropped off the scene a bit starting in 2014 as she grappled with Lyme disease. I didn't know that. I thought I was dying, Lavigne said, of her fight with Lyme disease. In August, she announced via social media that she would be, she has some new music coming along. She did it like all celebrities should, by typing in a note and posting it to her Instagram. To my fans, I want to thank everyone for their patience, for putting the album online, da-da-da. Doesn't matter what she said. We're talking about her being dangerous. The search for Lavigne's music has contributed to her threat level. Quote, in today's digital world, we want the latest hit albums, videos, movies, and more immediately available to all of our devices, says Gary Davis, the chief of consumer security. Consumers often prioritize their convenience over security by engaging in risky behavior like clicking on a suspicious link that promises the latest content from celebrities. It's imperative that they slow down and consider the risks associated with searching the downloadable content. I want to know what's up. I want some shit. According to McAfee, searching for Avril Lavigne free MP3 results in a 22% chance of encountering a malicious site. Lavigne is the first female.
They got us. They know how much we need to know about Avril Lavigne.
She replaced Amy Schumer, who topped last year's list.
Like boobs.com, you know? I think they know how many people are going to be searching boobs.com.
It's kids.
They know how many people are going to Google Avril Lavigne.
Big booty bitches?
We do it all day.
Are you a big fan of big booty bitches?
I have Google alerts for Avril Lavigne on my phone.
Which one?
The broken one.
Singer Bruno Mars ranked second this year. Hey, Avril, why you got to make things so complicated?
That's a good question.
You know? Clicking on suspicious links. Do we not know yet? Do people not know? Like this right here, from around the web. These ones right here.
Yeah, I click on that shit.
Do
It
you
still
really?
gets me, yeah. Yeah, I want to know. I want to know the 25 best Spider-Woman cosplay. Like, I want to see it. I really do. And I will. I want
to know. I want to know if you're doing a bit or not.
No, I do it all the time. I click on that shit all the time because it's like what? And now I have to close an ad every time I want to get to the next slide. I'll fucking do that. Why not? I want to know.
We were talking about ads 2 weeks ago about how pissed you were about them.
Yeah, I know they do piss me off, but it's like it's a necessary evil. Like I want to see the 13 worst wardrobe malfunctions during sports games. I want to. And if you're going to make me click there, I'm not going to find that just on Google News, okay? But I have to go to these malware sites, all right? But I have to see it anyway. The demand is higher than the supply. I need to see that rugby player got tackled and his pants came down and he saw his little Aussie dick. I need to see that. And if the only way you're going to give that to me is through what are those sites called where you click on shit and then ads pop up?
Like a clickbait?
Clickbait.
Yeah.
If that's the only way I can find it, it's the only way I can
I
find
feel
it.
like every time you fall for clickbait, you should have to restart adulthood. You should have to go through like traffic safety, like internet traffic safety class.
I do it all the time. Most of the best pirated porn sites got a lot of clickbait.
A
A lot of fucking pop-up windows. You just have to get good at closing them out, which I'm getting better and better at every day.
I'm proud of you, man. You're cutting off your time. Do you shave your legs to cut a couple seconds off your time?
Yeah.
While you're swimming, surfing the web?
Yeah. You just have to do it. Now, when it comes to Avril Lavigne, this is a problem. Because maybe there's a lot of very
glad you brought it
innocent,
back.
very young, very impressionable
Young boys looking for
women or boys that just want to make sure Avril Lavigne's okay. And I might be one of them. I might be one of those little girls. And, you know, you're going to give these people malware? Why did they choose Avril Lavigne of all people?
Well, that's the thing is like, that's why.
Why not make it like Selena Gomez? The Avril Lavigne of 2017.
She's getting her kidney replaced. She's getting a kidney transplant this week.
Yeah, a lot of people are keeping up with that. They need to keep up with that. Give me the reports.
But why Avril? This is why I want to know. Why Avril? Why Bruno Mars? Why Amy Schumer? I get Amy
Bruno
Schumer.
Mars and Amy Schumer make sense because they're super popular. They're very relevant.
Right.
Avril Lavigne's not relevant.
I'm
Sorry.
gonna find another
Sorry,
article to
babe.
figure this one out. Like, yeah, like, dude.
That's different, though, by the way. What I got mad about is, like, not clickbait
I'm talking
because
about the bottom
I
of a
see that
website.
coming. I'm talking about, like, when you click onto the goddamn New York Times and, like, there's, like, a Harry's Razor ad that pops up halfway through you reading an article. That's fucking bullshit because they make a lot of money having this website. They can not have that. They just do it to make more money and also because of big advertisement and big Harry's. But these little clickbait websites, this is pirate radio, my guy. Though we're in Vietnam as far as the internet's concerned, you know. So they need jungle techniques.
I think, man, that the reason that Avril Lavigne is so popular, I think she's just a fucking sleeper popular, dude. I think she's slick.
She's one of those
People
forever
are-
celebrities.
Yeah, people are slick, genuinely interested because every article that I'm seeing, this is The Hill. This is the conservative website from Washington. It says consumers often prioritize their convenience. It's all about convenience. So that means that, like, people are mad searching Avril Lavigne, and, like, people are just going, because they're probably going to use SEO or whatever, figure out what the most searched shit is. Why Avril, man? Why Avril? Let's do some kamikaze shit. Let's go through Complex. Did you have anything else that you wanted to bring up, Matt?
No, not really.
Because we're rounding out the last couple minutes of this one. Taylor Swift was shaking off the accusations that she stole Shake It Off from somebody. Do you remember that story we brought up a couple months ago? She's shaking it off. She's calling it ridiculous. Oh, this is a good one. Let's talk about stupid people. I read this one yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? This was today. By our friend Trace William Cohen, also known as Trace Liam Cohen. One of Texas' most wanted captured after flaunting guns on IG. A man in Texas on the most wanted list was captured by authorities early Tuesday afternoon, showing off a collection of guns on his Instagram profile. Christopher Ricardo Gonzalez was captured by the Los Angeles Police Department after Dallas authorities used the Instagram live stream in question to pinpoint his location on Monday night. I'll read the rest of it. After Dallas police shared the location at the LAPD, officers arrived in Woodland Hills and discovered a rented vehicle connected to Gonzalez. Using the vehicle, 18-year-old Gonzalez attempted to flee before running into a power pole and exiting the vehicle. The vehicle, according to Los Angeles Times, was a rented Chevrolet SUV. Why are people showing off on IG?
I don't know.
It comes back to my point about criminals just being anybody in Wall Street just trying to make a quick buck. Anyone just talking about making racks and how money's the only the object. Hey man, like, you're just a bitch because you just want all you want is security.
I mean, I don't know. I certainly keep all my weapons off of Instagram.
Right, these bad
I ain't trying to get caught. I'm trying to stay here. You know what I mean?
I do.
I'm not trying to get holed up.
Hold up.
That's for sure.
Instagram's a lot more popular than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I got to get a little more active on it.
Instagram models.
Dude, has anyone ever done any less to be more famous?
Making a whole lot of money. They
Yeah,
make
they
a
are.
whole lot of money on Instagram.
Yeah, but they gotta get a whole lot of weird dick up in their rib cage.
Well, good for them. I want some weird dick in my rib cage. Right, Phil?
Matt, what are your dates again?
On September 29th, I'm going to be at Joke Jams Volume 2 at the Cobra in East Nashville. It's going to be a show with comedy DJs, hip-hop DJs, and Twerk for the Troops.
Love that.
And
Matt, where can they find you on IG?
on October 2nd, I will be at Laughing with Lightning at Zany's at 7:30. If you very soon, I'll have coupon codes where you can get free tickets if you use some code. I don't know what it is yet. I am on Twitter at Matt Neil Boyd, Neil with an A.
And I am Casey Shaheen at Gym Class Tryhard across all social media. Guys, if you're listening to this show, Make sure you share it with your friends. We're on the podcast app, the Apple Podcast app, on any podcast app. I just search 5051. Then you can go to our YouTube. We need 100 subscribers to get a custom URL, and it'll be easier for us to share it. But right now, this is some guerrilla warfare. Our Facebook, facebook.com/5051radio. That's where to find us. We are in the Phunky Bunker. If you have a show that you want to do, that you want to try what we're doing, you can't do this show. You might be able to be a guest if we like you. But if you want to, go ahead, climb up in my DMs, get up in my ribcage, and talk to us. The set is being built. We built this week. This desk is new. We'll have a bar by next week. We're making things happen. We're busy. We're doing cool things. So from the Phunky Bunker, for Casey Shaheen and Matt Boyd with 5051's Pop Topics, be good to yourselves. Bye.
Love you. Bye.